Happy Friday, everybody. It is Giants Roundup. The Giants fall to the Rays 6-2. It the home opener at that's right. It's no longer AT&T Park. It is now Oracle Park. And it's a little disappointing game today. You can follow on Twitter, Facebook. Also, give this video a big thumbs up, and most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. Yeah, it was not a good, not the best outing out of Derek Rodriguez today. He was a bit flat in his start against, and most of the damage on Rodriguez was done in the first inning and just could not get out of the hole. It started with a double by Lowe it would score Choi. It would be 1-0. Brandon Lowe starts the party with a double. It scores Choi. It is 1-0 Rays out of the gate. And then Erasmo Diaz homers to left field. It scores Lowe 3-0. And Kevin Kiermaier with a home run to deep center. It is 4-0 Rays already at the gate at the first inning. And, well, at least I'll say this. This is kind of a moral victory for Derek Rodriguez. He hung in there. He did not get the early hook. So that's a moral victory right there. So that's not that bad. But yeah, but it was already a 4-0 hole going into the bottom of the first, and the Giants bats just not an offensive juggernaut of a team. So it was, they dug their grave in the first inning, and that's unfortunately a killer. And Tyler Glasnow was dealing 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. It only allows 3 hits in 6 innings pitched. So then they go to the bullpen, and Rodriguez, he did give up the 4 earned. The 5 strikeouts, that's not bad. No walks, 5 strikeouts, just a flat first inning did him in. And these things happen. Bad innings happen, and this is where you need run support to bail your guy out, and that's what the bats could not do for Rodriguez today, unfortunately. And then Meadows in the 7th inning to doubles to deep center. It scores Austin Meadows doubles to score on Perez. It is 5-0 Rays in the 7th. Then a teaser rally in the bottom of the 7th with a double by Panda. It scores Kevin Pillar 5-1. And then Steven, teach me how to Duggar. Teach me how to Duggar. Doubles to left. It scores Panda. That would be your final score of 5-2. The Giants fall to 2-6 on the year. Still plenty of time, and you know what? Tampa Bay is not a bad team. They are a playoff contender. They just know how to compete with a shoestring budget. You just got to tip your hat to Tampa Bay today. They were just the better team. And Bergen gets his first career earned run in the majors. But everybody who was overreacting on Buster Posey the last few games, look at here. 2 hits today. He went 2 for 4. He's over the Mendoza line. So maybe it's time for fans to start leaving Buster Posey alone. He's still just getting off of hip surgery. Yeah, but leave Posey alone and let him recover. But I'm also glad that they're not going to make him catch every day either. They got to preserve him, and just a good. So Posey got his hits today, so that hopefully that quiets the whiners a little bit. On that, Pilar gets his first hit today as a Giant. Now his batting average is a whooping 0.80. And then Panic goes 1 for 3. But but for Tampa Bay, it was G Man Choi doing all the damage for the Rays today, going 3 for 4. Yunel Diaz goes 2 for 4. And then Christian and Longo goes 0 for 5 against his former team today. So, but now at 2-6, it's not time to panic. But you can't win it all in April, but you can lose it all. The Giants can't afford to dig themselves too deep of a hole here. 2-6 is still manageable, but if it starts getting like 2-7, 2-8, 2-9, then you start. That's when you have to start. But they are now current sitting in dead last. But there's still plenty of baseball to go. Colorado's next to last at 3-5. Arizona 3-4. So it's still a young season, and this is kind of a good off the rails category we're going to get to in a moment. We're going to start with my first category for off the rails today. There was that Astros umpire, the umpire on Wednesday night in the Astros game, and Ron Culpa told AJ Hinch, "I can do anything," and he actually touched an Astros player, touched Max Stassi. I'm glad he kept his cool, but this is one where the league office has to take a look at that, and they need to suspend Ron Culpa. If it were a player that did it, that would be an automatic suspension. Culpa should be suspended. It should be reviewed, and there's just umpires are not should. If Joe West can get suspended, so can Ron Culpa. There is no need for a umpire to make contact. If a player cannot make contact with an umpire, then an umpire should not be allowed to make contact with the player. Hopefully, the league office gets this right and suspends him for a good while. And that would be where I've got to go. The next off the rails topic I think we'll get to in the MLB reach around in a moment. But last night started the season for the Sacramento River Cats down on the Capitol Corridor, and the River Cats beat the Rainiers last night in 11 innings, 5-4. Ray Black solid. Andy Suarez was your starter, allowed 2 earned in 4 innings pitched, walked 2. Pat Van Dyke, 1 2/3 innings pitched. Sam Coonrod making his debut for the River Cats. Put up a zero frame. Ray Black, a 0 frame. So really good outing, but Mike Gerber goes 2 for 4. So there we go. There's if Gerber can keep hitting bats, keep getting hits like that, maybe he can be looked at as a potential replacement for Connor Joe if Joe continues to struggle down here in the stretch. Austin Slater goes 2 for 4, but they're DHing him. So Aramis Garcia 2 for 5. That's what I want to see out of Aramis Garcia. He's likely going to get the majority of the reps in Sacramento for the time being. Then down there in V-Town, Visalia, the San Jose Giants, and some kid named Joey Bart, all aboard the Joey Bart Express, going 2 for 4 in Visalia last night, hitting .500. And Bryce Johnson goes 2 for. Helio Ramos goes 1 for 3. And then in Double-A, Logan Webb makes his debut, 5 scoreless innings. Logan Webb could be a kid to look at maybe seeing in Sacramento before the year ends. But tonight they'll play game 2, and I think the starter tonight will be Sean Anderson for the Sacramento River Cats. Definitely a good prospect to watch. He could be up with the Giants at some point later this year. But now the River Cats are 1-0 on the year, so good start for the River Cats. And now, since I've got things to do tonight, I am going to quickly head for the MLB Reach Around. We're going to start with the Southsiders, the Cubs. Yes, the Mariners actually lose a game. The Cubs, the White Sox beat the Mariners 10-8. Taking the win is Brian Burr. Taking the loss is former Giant Corey Guerin, who surrenders 3 earned without recording an out. Tim Anderson goes 3 for 4 for the Southsiders. Now Chicago 3-3 on the year, and Roberto Lopez not a great start. 6 earned, 4 walks in 5 innings pitched. Kikuchi 6 runs, 4 earned in 5 innings pitched for Seattle. In Colorado, the LA Dodgers beat the Colorado Rockies 10-6. Kentai Maeda gets the win for the Dodgers. Tim Anderson gets pelted for 6 earned runs. Tyler Anderson gets pelted for 6 earned runs for the Rockies. Charlie Blackmon goes 3 for 5. Max Muncy 3 for 4 on the year. On the game. Russell Martin 2 for 3. Russell Martin hits his first home run of the season. Muncy his second home run of the season. Cody Bellinger hits his 6th home run on the year. And in St. Louis, the Padres beat the Cardinals 5-3. Taking the win is Robert Stock. Taking the loss is Alex Reyes, who surrenders 3 earned in 1 inning pitched. Frenchie Cordero goes 2 for 3 for the Friars today. And games currently in progress in the top of the 8th in Pittsburgh. The Pirates lead the Reds 1-0. Bottom of the 5th in Philadelphia, the Phillies are leading the Twins 6-4. In the top of the 6th in the Desert, the Diamondbacks lead the Red Sox 7-1. And Goldschmidt, omissions on the Padres game. Goldschmidt hits a home run in his Cardinals home debut. Bottom of the 7th in Cleveland, Toronto and Cleveland tied at 2 apiece. Bottom of the 6th in Atlanta, 4-0 Braves. Bottom of the 2nd, the Brewers currently leading the Cubs 3-0 in the bottom of the 2nd, and the Cubs in danger of maybe going 1-7 start. And this is my other off the rails for today. Is Cubs fans are already calling for Joe Madden to be fired at this mid-season. While, yeah, I think that I'd wait till at least the end of the month before we start making any panic moves. The problem is the Cubs have no farm to acquire any talent, any bullpen talent at this point. And do you really want to go with an interim manager in Chicago? I mean, do you want Mark Loretta to become the interim manager for a good manager in Joe Madden, who I think would get a job right away? And does Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer cave to the fans' demands for a change? I don't know. But I think it's overreact a little bit of an overreaction to start calling for Joe Madden's head so soon in Chicago. Look at your farm. There's nobody to really replace if players start getting hurt, and half the blame has to be on Epstein and Hoyer. It's not all Joe Madden's fault, and a panic move like that, it's not time to make a panic move in Chicago if you're the Cubs. There's still plenty of baseball to go around. So, and yeah, it's now 6-0 Brewers, and still, I don't think it's time to make a mid-season managerial change in Chicago. It's not the right thing to do. I'd wait till the end of April, like everything else I'm saying. Patience, patience, before we start talking about any changes. In in Houston, the Astros currently lead the A's 1-0. All right, I'm going to put a bow on this one pretty quick. I've got other things I've got to do tonight. So everybody have a great Friday. I will not be. Oh, another omission. I got to see who's going to be starting tomorrow. I'm so ready to get. Yeah, I'm going to be going to the Grizzly game tonight, so I'm trying to rush things here a little bit. But there will be no show tomorrow since. Oh, and we have a signing to announce. Dan Straley signs a 1-year contract with the Baltimore Orioles. So I think I wish him a lot of luck over there. And tomorrow it will be Jeff Samardzija going up probably against an opener. So they have not decided on a starter for Tampa Bay. So they're likely going to probably be a bullpen game for the Rays tomorrow. So, and also one change I was disappointed to see at Oracle Park this year is I'm very disappointed that they got rid of the clock. The replacement of the clock at Oracle Park. I liked that clock. That was a nice clock they had at Oracle Park, and now they replace it with a digital clock. I wish they would have retained the old clock. I just there's certain things in life where I like old. I like nostalgia, and that's just really sad to see that now they go with an Apple Watch, and I'm just not a fan of it. They should have found some way to maintain that clock, and I just think it really was part of the experience of going to Oracle Park was that clock, and rest in peace, Oracle Clock Park. So everybody have a good rest of your Friday. I am heading out to the game. Have a great night.